now that I'm looking for one. They're in the same boat. Oh look, the lamination floor. Oh look at that. So they've got a nice bit of lamination peel there going on. Let me just see. Let's go on. It's lamination peel. Just is it lamination peel? Or is it a cold shut struck through retained? Which is a lot scarcer. It's really rare. And the reason I say that is because the top of that doesn't have the curve of that 8. You see? It hasn't peeled off that. It's sitting on it. That's sitting on there. And you can see, I can see now, yeah, so this is the shut, cold shut struck through. Alright, it's not lamination floor. So what we've got is an extra bit of metal has come onto the die and has been minted with the coin. And that's called a cold shut. It's coldly shut. It's like basically saying to it, it coldly fell in there. A bit of metal went in there and it got cold shut. It got minted with it. And these can fall out after, and you'll see a big indentation, and you'll see part of the 8 inside that indentation. That shows you if that 8's in there, that metal was on top that pushed that over the edge into the ravine inside there. So when it's cold shut, the metal is usually being scraped off the side here when it comes down and hits the collar, and the collar's sharp and it shaves metal off the edge here onto here. It folds it over and you can see where it's joined just here. It's like the latch there. In here is where that metal has come off the edge and folded over onto here, and then it was struck. And that's called a cold shut strike error, but retained. It's retained a bit of metal in there. So that is not a lamination floor. Totally different. Lamination floor is from impurities in the metal and it disappears, and then the metal starts breaking and cracking and lifting because it's got nothing to hold on to. But this, if I was to put something under there, that would peel up like a bit of tin foil. And you can see the hinge points of where it folded over. There and here. So it's come off that edge. If it hasn't come off the edge, it's a nice piece of metal, has, you know, a ball of metal, a good sized bit of metal is been fallen on there, or been on the, what's fallen on there, come in with it, and then it got struck. But most of the time that'll fall out. So it's a cold shut then, but this is a cold shut retained. The other one's cold shut, not retained. So that's very scarce, that one, as with the other two I've got. And it has got impurities going through there too. So not only that, it's got all these lamination floor going on, which it will start peeling. Let's see what that is. And that would be, they'll call them the glacier lines, in glaciers, where you've got your dirt and clean. That's all the impurities in this metal. And they'll end up with metal peel, as I was explaining about that. And now it's got lamination floor running through it here. So you've got lamination floor and a cold shut strike retained. So that is your lamination. It's totally different. You can't get under there. It just cracks. So all those dirty lines. So look on your coins, any old coins, and you see these streaks like that. That's all the filth in there. Look at it all. But it already started through here to give you lamination peel, but that is a cold shut strike. That's a foreign piece of metal gone in there, and it's been struck with it. But here, you've got your lamination peel, and it's there. You see, the 8 is imprinted underneath that, but that'll peel off if I got under there. And like I said, most of the time, and you won't see it because once it's pushed down, anything off here is going to squash flat with the collar, so you won't see anything that's ever taken off the edges here will always flatten out from the collar. But that's just like the one I've got on the 88 $2 and the 2014 ANZAC, but they don't have any lamination floor and they don't have any dirt through there either, right? This just happens to be rare. It's got a double whammy. It's got this cold shut and lamination peel. Very rare, that one. Never seen those two together. Oh, look at that. The first 2 coins that I pull out, here they are. ANZAC 2014, and there you go. This one just happened to mint on top of the crown, so that is the same thing. All right, it's too young. It's metal peel. It's the same thing. It's come off the edge and it's folded over, and that's still sharp there. Look, it's still there, and it's just been held on because it got squashed on the top of that rim, and that's what's holding it there. Otherwise that would have fallen off. It's just a flake. See? And that's a cold shut error. And anything that's taken off here, because it's minute anyway, that's like, how to look how thin it is. It wouldn't take, it's not a very big piece of metal really, but anything that's taken off the edge there, when it's minted, struck, it'll push and fill it. You won't see it. It's a little bit here, you can see. Anyway, that's a cold shut error, retained. Extremely rare. That's on an ANZAC. That's the only one of its kind. There is no other. No one else has got one of these. No one else has shown one. No one. Zip. That is a one-off. Alright, so that's cold shut retained error. Same as this one. It's a cold shut retained error. It's come over the edges and it's been minted and retained. And the 8 is the proof here because it's not there at the top, it's sitting on it. And here the proof shown is you got your Queen's crown being pressed. So if I took that out, the Queen's crown would be inside a hole, but only very light. Alright, so that's that one. And then I got a 1988, exactly the same. But you know what the beauty about this is? It shows you where it came from. Look. See that? It's been hooked out of there, flipped over and minted, and it came from the edge. And I suspect that there was probably a little dick of wire on the edge of the collar, and when it came down, that tiny little wire piece grabbed it, got in there, swing it as it went, pushed down and on, and that's where it got its metal from, in there and onto there, and that's cold shut retained. It's a foreign bit of metal. It's off there, but it's foreign. It's not supposed to be there. Beautiful. So that's the $2, a $1, and a 50 cents. Yeah. But that's extremely rarer than that because the mintage they made on the 88, of course, 180 million, whatever the hell that is, tons compared to 22 mil on these. But I've never seen another one, and that is it, a one-off, and that's cold shut retained. It's a beauty. Real beauty, that one. Yep. So you look them up, look that up, cold shut. Ta-da for now.